Representative Devin Nunes was exposed as having lied about knowing Rudy Giuliani's associate, Lev Parnas. Now, this happened during an interview with MSNBC's Rachel Maddow. Take a look.
Do you know Congressman Devin Nunes?
Yes, I do.
What's been your relationship with him?
We don't have too much of a relationship. We met several times at the Trump Hotel, but our relationship started getting basically where it expanded was when I was introduced to his aide, Derek Harvey. Mm-hmm. And the reason why Derek Harvey was more of, I was told at that time, is because Devin Nunes just had an ethics, something to do with the next ethics committee, and he couldn't be in the spotlight. He was kind of shunned a little bit, and that they was looking into this Ukraine stuff also and wanted to help out. And they gave me Derek Harvey to deal with.
You told Mr. Harvey what you and Mr. Giuliani were working on in Ukraine, trying to get Ukraine to announce these investigations.
He was aware of that already. He knew everything.
He already knew that by the time he talked to you.
He had a lot of information already.
He had a lot of information already. Again, this is Devin Nunes' aide. Now, it's kind of funny how he mentions, oh, yeah, well, he couldn't actually help out. He really wanted to help out, but he's in the middle of this ethics thing. Really? Devin Nunes getting in trouble? And having ethics problems? No. Nobody saw that one coming. Except everybody saw that coming. That's because Devin Nunes, like a lot of these Republicans that are working with Donald Trump, are absolutely corrupt. Simple as that. So now, there's another interesting moment here in this interview, right? Where basically Parnas had described one of the moments that he found most shocking related to the impeachment trial in the House and Devin Nunes. Take a look.
Does it strike you as unusual or inappropriate that Devin Nunes would be one of the lead investigators into this scandal on the House Intelligence Committee? He's obviously the top Republican on that committee.
I was in shock when I was watching the hearings, and when I saw Devin Nunes sitting up there, and then there was a picture where Derek Harvey was in back over there sitting. I texted my attorney. I said, I can't believe this is happening.
Because?
Well, because they were involved in getting all this stuff on Biden. I mean, Derek Harvey had several interviews that I set up with different prosecutors, like Nazar Holoditsky, which is the anti-corruption prosecutor of Ukraine, Konstantin Kulik, who's one of the major guys that had this whole Biden stuff. So it's hard to see them lie like that when you know it's like that. It's scary because, he was sitting there and making all these statements and all that when he knew very well that he knew what was going on. He knew what's happening. He knows who I am.
Not only does Nunes know who Lev Parnas is, Mike Pence, Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, well, obviously Rudy Giuliani, but William Barr as well. There's an entire circle of criminality. And they're all, of course, denying, no, Devin, Lev Parnas, I don't know who that guy is. In fact, Devin Nunes comes out and later says, well, I didn't even know who he was. I got to go back into my call logs. I guess I might have talked to him at some point, but I didn't really know who he was until I went back and looked at that. No. He tried to help out. He wanted to help out with this investigation into the Bidens because he's a complete and utter partisan hack. So now, not a surprise, right? So now, Nunes, by the way, had denied speaking with Parnas, as I mentioned, but also denied any knowledge of this, as I mentioned before as well. But here's what's funny. So he threatened to sue a fellow congressman who alleged that he was lying. So now this is Representative Ted Lieu. Now, on Twitter, he said this, quote, and this is after the interview. I'm disclosing that the lawyer for Devin Nunes had written me a letter saying that Representative Nunes will sue me if I didn't apologize for saying last month that Nunes conspired with Parnas. Devin, I'm adding to my statement, your pants are on fire. Ouch. Now, Devin Nunes, of course, very famous for being very litigation happy. He's suing a fictional cow. Like, a parody Twitter account, Devin Nunes' cow, for millions of dollars. I mean, you're kidding me, right? Whatever happened to Republicans being in favor of free speech, right? No, can't even do a parody account of account. Not only that, but he's also suing another parody account, Devin's mom, because apparently Devin's mom is very unhappy with her son. Not only that, but he's also suing his hometown newspaper. God, you ever heard of tort reform? The Fresno Bee, for a report they did on Nunes' investment in a vineyard that had held fundraisers with prostitutes and drugs. Well, wait a minute. That sounds kind of fun, actually. But anyway, look, he might be in a little bit of a trouble here for his part in Ukraine. Obviously, we're going to have to see. I really wish that he would end up being a witness in the Senate trial, but that's, of course, up to Republicans who right now, unfortunately, are making the rules of the Senate trial. And we do not know if they're going to be able to call witnesses, but I can think of a dozen people who would be fantastic witnesses right now, including William Barr, including John Bolton, Parnes, and, of course, Nunes. Hell, even get Mike Pence in there because he was involved in it as well. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.